Thank you for meeting with us today. I was wondering if we could talk a little bit about D2D in Ireland, how it came about, and what you hope to accomplish with the program.
Okay. We had initiated a program called Direct to Discovery, and that was being able to take high bandwidth network access that's now becoming more affordable for classroom access, for community access, and then utilizing high definition video delivery for two-way platforms, and determine that we could actually take the teachers and the children in the classroom and leap them out of the textbooks and directly into the researchers' labs. So now they're not just hearing about maybe the future of biometrics and nanotechnology, etc. They're actually experiencing it. They're able to go directly to the researcher's lab, see how a nanocarbon tube is made, look through $1 million of pieces of test gear like an electron scanning microscope, something you can't replicate anywhere else in classrooms, for example. And not to mention the fact that they're clean rooms, so you can't have dozens of children, or people going through clean rooms. But now they're able to participate in that, and it gets them excited in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And that's the whole key here, is to try to get them excited, motivated, understand why they're learning what they're learning. We started some program work here in Georgia, and because of Georgia Tech having an office in Ireland, and some folks in Ireland very interested in doing collaboration among industries with Atlantic Corridor, we felt like this was the perfect location to connect Georgia school kids and Georgia Tech researchers with similar areas in Ireland, and bring the same capabilities into rural areas of Ireland. And that's how we connected with Jackie Gorman from Atlantic Corridor, who they've been fantastic with helping to promote this connectivity.
Jackie, could you talk a little bit about when the program will start and the name of the school that it will be in, and then some of the things we'll have?
The timeline that we're aiming for is November of this year. And the name of the school is Killina, so I'll spell that for you. It's K-I-L-L-I-N-A, and it's in a townland called Rahan, which is about 10 miles from Tullamore, which would be the county town of Offaly, and it's a very, very rural county. It's a school with, I suppose, a total student population of about 550 students, and aging from, I suppose, age 12 to about 18 when they leave school.
So it's basically the equivalent of an American high school?
It's the equivalent of the American high school system. We call it secondary school system, you call it high school. And I suppose, David, just to say that where we came into this, I know we would have met in Atlanta, but Atlantic Corridor is a project under the Department of Foreign Affairs in Ireland, under a division called Promoting Ireland Abroad, to develop links for small to medium-sized companies, and also for education projects. For our region, which is the Midlands region of Ireland, which covers 4 counties of Laois, Offaly, Westmeath and Longford, it's right smack in the centre, with a number of partner regions in the US and Canada and Northern Ireland, and Georgia is one of our US partner regions. And obviously, because Georgia Tech Ireland is literally about 20 minutes from where our office is, we have a lot of interaction with them. So we're really interested when this project came along, because it addresses a number of issues for us, particularly around what I mentioned before, promoting greater access to and interest in science and technology education, because it's important for our economy and for our region's growth.
Well, what will this actually mean to the students themselves? Could you talk a little bit about what do you think they'll actually gain from this?
Well, I think the particular school that we're going to, the students that are there really won't have had any sort of level of interaction with this kind of technology before, so I think it'll add a huge amount to, I suppose, the science curriculum that they have there, but also the whole learning experience. I think it'll probably provide a very valuable pilot demonstration project for what Georgia Tech have done in the US and Ireland, and we would certainly like to think that it would be something that could be replicated as well in other parts of Ireland, and maybe develop links with other schools. And I suppose one of the things to mention as well is that in ourselves in Atlantic Corridor, every 2 years we have an international conference specifically on the issue of science education, And last year we would have had Steve Cross of Georgia Tech speak about the kind of work they were doing in promoting the use of new media and so on in education. And this February we're going to have Mr. Jeff Evans speaking about D2D, and we're hoping to have a demonstration then as well as part of the conference. So we'd be delighted to send you details on that when that happens.
So is this something that's so far beyond the normal school that it's even hard to measure? I mean,
yes, it's a fairly simple application, but it's a bit unique. We haven't seen this type of application where you've involved university level researchers, and it doesn't have to be universities. You can get businesses to sign on and have them connected into their research facilities, and that can be very powerful in itself, because then you can even do that at a local level. So you can get researchers at the local business or even manufacturing facility and do field trips and have the children, see what types of knowledge base they need to be able to work in that field or work in that company. So it doesn't have to be just tied to that. Our focus right now obviously is on the education side, but we haven't seen this type of unique, almost one-to-one. You hear the discussion of one-to-one computing and one-to-one with teachers. Well, now this is one-to-one to researchers in a sense.
Do you have any specific researchers already lined up?
We do. We have quite a few. When people hear about it here on the Georgia Tech campus, and this is the place where it's been promoted first, we get a lot of them that are extremely interested. So Dr. Greg Noble, Greg Book. There is a Greg Noble. Dr. Greg Book is doing the work with a scanning electron microscope. Dr. Judd Reedy doing work with the nanotechnology. James Soule doing work with astronomy. So you can even, picture this. You've never seen the southern skies, so we can connect with astronomy telescopes, which we did this as a demonstration in Australia and had the children be able to see the southern night skies in Australia. So it's virtually unlimited once you make the connections in terms of what types of science or engineering or even the arts that you can teach through this.
What would you see in an electron microscope? What would they actually see? Would they see?
Oh, I love it. Through the electron microscope, you can see what an atom of carbon looks like. So when I draw my molecular diagram of how carbon and hydrogen, how they bond together and where the protons and electrons all kind of scatter, you can actually see that under the electron microscope. You can see the follicles of hair in between a lens of an eye of a gnat. I mean, it's amazing what you can see, and it really starts. What we've seen with the kids in Barrow County is they start investigating and wanting to do their own research. So a great story is they put butterfly's wing under the microscope. Well, a butterfly wing has no pigment. It's just the reflection of the fraction of light through it. So one of the kids went home and started collecting butterflies and putting them in his closet, trying to disprove what they told him in class. So you start cultivating that whole scientific method and inquiry and discovery into kids at a very young age, and make it be just as cool as being a football player or being a varsity cheerleader. So really trying to ignite that passion and inquiry and maintain it once it's ignited.